to my first live. I attempted this about, I don't know, 30 minutes ago. And unfortunately, life happens. The kids singing, the dog barking, and then the husband attempting to get in touch with me right after I told him I was going live on the phone. So, we're going to try it again. So this is take 2. Welcome to my Chalk Couture live project. I am going to be working on this surface. This is a surface that I kind of already had, and I went ahead and painted it black. And then last night, what I did was went ahead and tried to make these things look like trees, because these are eventually going to look like houses. It's going to be like a row of houses. But this right here was made not with a tree transfer, but with our modern floral transfer. So I just decided that these little areas kind of look like trees, and I went ahead and then used some of these areas and made the other little leaf patterns with different colors. So I used 2 different colors on this, and it was Meadow for the darker green, and I used Spring Zing for the upper. So as you can see, those are just 2 different greens, and hopefully that gives you an idea of, you kind of, even if you don't have the exact transfer that you think you need, you can look through all of your transfers and see what you can use, what elements of each transfer you can use to incorporate into your overall design. And again, that makes it even that much more customizable, your own thing. So when your friends ask, where did you get that? You can go, oh, I made it. You won't be able to find that in a store, but I can make you one, but you can have it in your colors the way you want it. And things of that nature. So that's why Chalk Couture is so fun, so interesting to me. Is I don't like buying things that 500 other people have. You know, it's boring. Sorry, but I don't like it. So yeah, so the customizing and the ability to do your own thing is what really drew me to Chalk Couture. Also, the fact that, you know, the pill and reveal is pretty darn awesome. I think that's one of the best things about the whole thing. You'll see what I mean in a couple minutes. But I did want to talk about a couple of things before we got started with the actual project. And this is the spring summer collection. There's also, it's kind of like a mini release that comes out in another couple of weeks for the summer, but this is the big catalog. So this is the one that has all of the spring and summer transfers in it. The new small, I don't even think it's a catalog. I don't think they're calling it a catalog, brochure, I guess. We'll have some new stuff for summer, but right now this is what we have. And I just wanted to show you the transfer that we're using today. And today we're going to be using house patterns to make this final project. And the pattern itself comes in these very this one is a D size, so it's a pretty decent size. It's an 18 by 18 transfer when it comes. And then when you get it here, get it to your house, and you want to use it, you get to cut it into smaller, manageable pieces. I like to the big transfers still hand me a hard time, but I'm learning. I'm doing a little bit better than I did at the beginning, so that's good. So it is a learning curve, but I think we're getting there. This one I've put washi tape on because I know that there's certain parts of this that I'm not going to want on my finished product, so I went ahead and did that before we started. But you'll see what I do with that when we do the project itself. So, as I said, this is a D size. D size transfers are all the same price. That's $29.99. Just like C, this is a C size. If you ever wanted a smaller, you know, each one is its own price. So the C sizes are $24.99, and those are 12 by 18s, and they go like that. So there's A, B, C, D, E in the sizes. So I just thought to get you familiar with the product and how it will arrive in the mail. It comes in one big slab like that, and then you cut it to manageable pieces for the most part. Okay, so that is that. And let's see. I also wanted to talk about our promotions this month, and we have two pretty decent promotions going on right now. One is Transfer Palooza, and I'll be honest with you, I've never heard of Chalk Couture doing this, so it's kind of like, wow. You could buy 3 transfers, any of the sizes that I just talked about, A, B, C, D, or E, and then that 4th transfer that you put in your cart when you go online on my shop, when you put that 4th transfer in there at checkout, it's free. The 4th one is the lesser value, of course. So if you buy, it's actually better to buy all of the same size, and then you'll get the same size one free at the end of the checkout. So just so you know, and that happens for all of them. So you could buy 6 and get 2 free, or you could buy 9 and get 12 free, however you want to do the math. So it's a really great deal. It's a great time to take and work this opportunity to your advantage. We're all kind of stuck in a house right now. This might be the time that you want to have something new to do, and this is something that I've enjoyed. It's helped me pass the time. I haven't been able to do too much this last couple weeks because with the kids starting their e-learning and things of that nature, it's been a schedule change. We'll put it mildly. So that's one of our promotions. The other promotion that we have is if you join Club Couture, which is a monthly. It's basically like you get it's a envelope that comes in the mail every month. It's going to have the transfer in it. So whatever that month's transfer is. And then it's going to have these single paste chalk packets, and so these are basically, I've actually been able to use them for more than one project. So once you open it, if you're really careful, you squish it all back down, whatever's left over, then you could save it for another project. So these are more than a single use, even though they say they're single uses. You get a couple of these, and you can then do a project monthly. Every month, you basically get a project to do. So it's something to look forward to. And if you are a Club Couture member, then you get 25% off select all the storage products that we have, which is, one of them is, looks like this. This is what we put our paints in. So you can open it up. I have all my paints out right now, but you could fit 9 paints. Why do I keep saying it? Pastes. You can put 9 of the pastes or inks in here very comfortably on this side, and then you flip it over and you can fit 9 more on this side. This one has my ink. This is my ink side. I only have 2 of those right now, but you know we'll get more of those later. All right. There's other storage containers. There's transfer storage and accessory storage and things of that nature. But just remember, if you become a member of Club Couture till the end of March, which is coming up pretty quickly, you can get 25% off of those the storage container ideas. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get ourselves started. I'm still trying to get it to show up on my feed here. Unfortunately, I cannot see it. Oh, here we go. All right, so let's get started. If anybody has any questions or you want to make a comment, please feel free to do so. I don't know everything, but I think I've messed with it enough that I might be able to help you out if you have any questions about anything. So I am going to start with, which one did I want to do? I want to do this one over here. So what I'm going to do is these are new. I have not used them. And because of that, we have to do what's called fuzzing. And I've already labeled the back of each one of my patterns here due to the fact that I want to be able to, when I'm done cleaning, when I'm done doing the project and I put them in the water bath, I want to put them back on the right backings. So I've already done that, and this one's labeled number 7. So as you see, house patterns number 7. So it makes it really easy. So there we go. Alright, I'm going to fuzz it that way, and then I'm going to fuzz it this way. Just because these are decently sticky. So I am going to place this up here like that. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty close to the edge there. Okay. I haven't really figured out all of my colors yet, but I figured we could wing it together. I have a bunch of different colors, but I think I want to keep it bright and fun. So I really like this raspberry sorbet. It's one of my favorite colors. I'll be honest with you. When I have choices, that's what I usually prefer. I also have teal. So I think I might use those two, look good together, right? And then again, this wisteria, it's what's called En Vogue. And that means just for this season only, they have this color. So for spring and summer, this is their new color. And you kind of got to get it while it's in. And I love it. I'm hoping that I get another one before the end of the season, because I think I'm going to be using that one on a lot of different projects. And let's see, what is another good color combo? So this is the new one I haven't gotten to use yet, and this one is pink grapefruit. Again, it's another one of those beautiful En Vogue colors. What do we think? Do we like those color combos? I think that's the ones we're going with. We're going to try it anyways. Alright, so for me it doesn't matter which order I go in. But I'm going to put all this other out of the way and be done with it. Okay, so pink is on top. We're going to use pink. All right. So it's going to be a little bit of a process for this, because as you see, this is longer than my project. So I'm hoping I can make it work. If not, I'll figure something else out. But I really feel like, look at that, it's beautiful. It's beautiful pink. I really like the idea of this. My youngest daughter actually wanted to do this project, but she is in the middle of e-learning right now, and I told her she can help me with the next project, because I wanted to try and do this one, which is a little more complicated, on live, which I've never done. And not be distracted by anything. So she was understanding, and she said, that's fine, I'll do the next one. So you get to look forward to seeing her in the near future. Hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get on this and we can do this daily. But again, they have school, even though they're not at school, they're doing the whole e-learning here. Our governor just said that we're out until the end of April. I know a lot of you are out, probably some, I've heard some aren't coming back till fall, unfortunately. I'm hoping ours isn't that long. I have a feeling we might end up doing that as well, but we'll keep our fingers crossed that that's not what happens, because my girls, one of them has not had a full year of school already, and she wants to get back at it. She was just getting back in the swing of things and enjoying it due to illness earlier in the year. And then the other one, oh, look at how cute that is. See that pill? That's called Pill and Reveal right there. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash this quickly. Not too quickly, because I got to let that dry. I'm going to wash this in a bath. It's a water bath. It's right off the screen there. And you just put it in water. It's cold water, and you put it down, sticky side down. And once you put it in there, that sticky kind of goes away, so it won't stick to anything while it's wet. All right, and then I bring it up here. I have towels that I forgot to pull down, but now I got them. Hopefully they're close by. Alrighty. So we are going to really do a quick dry with this. So a lot of people have heat guns, and they're faster than this. But this is what I have, and so this is what I'm using. It doesn't take too long, actually. Just kind of want it sort of dry, and that's already dried to the touch. So that's all I needed. Now what we're going to try and do is match up the best we can with this pattern all the way to the end here. And that might not be the easiest thing, but we're going to try it. Let's see. I think if we can just get it to where the bottom kind of matches. Doesn't have to be perfect, as long as the lines match up, sort of. I think I'm crooked, that's my problem. Alright. There. There. Alright, let's try this again. Sorry, y'all. It just takes a minute just for me to get my bearings about me, what I'm doing. There, that's better. Okay, I guess this weaved a little bit more than I thought. That was kind of straight lines. But it's not, so I'm trying to find where it fits in the pattern, where the lines lined up. That one looks pretty good. That's where we're going to put it. That's pretty close to the bottom too. Alright. So, again, we're going to use our squeegee and our color. And what we're going to do here is we're going to just try and kind of butt up to what was there. And not get too crazy. I am a perfectionist, but on this I try not to be too much of a perfectionist, just because I don't need to be perfect with this. It just looks good no matter what usually. So do that one. Just trying to make sense with what's above it. And some of it won't, and I'll fix those later. That's the good thing about this, is I can come back with a brush, with a paintbrush, and I can modify it to make it look like it was never not one full pattern. So that's why I like this stuff so much. Again, you can use the chalk paste, kind of like paint, like an acrylic paint almost. So, there we go. And just trying not to be all over the place, but try and get it where I want it. There we go. Okay, and that is close enough to the bottom for me. Fix that. Put a little edge of something on there, probably like grass or something, make it look really cool later. Okay, another peel. So as you see, I did not push down on this because it is still fresh. That doesn't look too bad. Look at that. Awesome. So we're making houses. I'm going to do some stuff up here for roofs later. I think it looks really cool. It's a cool idea. You can use these transfers actually on anything. You can use them on birdhouses. You can use them on just canvases and make a little village out of them, which I thought was a cool little idea. I've seen that before. You can do whatever you want with these. Like I said, customizable. That's the key. So this one, alright, so we're gonna actually, I forgot to blow this dry just a little bit over here. Okay. That's just because our next transfer is going to go pretty close to that. I'm not going to push down sticky side down too far on this pattern that we just did, but we want to make sure that it's dry enough that these don't pull up any of the chalk that it had at one time. I want to see that pattern. Okay. Just kind of lining it up a little. Not being too precise, but I kind of want it button up a little bit. Alright, so we used the pink grapefruit already, which is beautiful. I think we should use, let's use teal for this color. Alright, and this looks like it might need to be stirred up a little. It's not too bad. It's a little bit where I need a little bit of water, but not much. Now what I do there, I'm spraying in this chalk because it does dry out just a little, and as it's drying out, all you have to do to reconstitute it, make it usable and spreadable, is put a little bit of distilled water. We have these wonderful little misters that help you distribute the water in without it being too much at a time. And that's perfect. So you want kind of a yogurt consistency, which that's pretty yogurty to me. So then we take our little squeegees and get our color on here. And here we go. Again, we're going to make it just like the other one. But this one, I'm hoping, it looks like it might line up easier. That's the hope, when we have to go down to the bottom a little bit. So, we will see how that turns out. Alright, so when you put it on pretty thick. You know, get it in all the good nooks and crannies, I guess. And then you come back and you scrape off all that extra. And all that extra goes right back in here because you can use it again. That's the cool part. You're not wasting product. You're using what you need, and then you're just moving on. Alright. I have found that this teal dries quicker, so I do want to move a little bit faster than normal, just so as I can fill that up faster. Look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. I absolutely love it. Alright, so we're going to wash this one real quick. Again, it's not that hard of a process. You just put it in the bath, cold water. I have a scrubby. This is my scrubby. And you just kind of wash off the edges, wash off the outside here, get all that ink off. Now a lot of people, they're able, and I'm just not as skilled yet, they're able to just pick that transfer up and the paste adhering through again. And I just am not talented yet like that. I have to wash it every time or else I get bleed through, and I don't want that. So we are washing it each time. Sorry, it might take a little bit longer on the video for that, but for me, it makes me happy. All right, we're gonna dry this again. Now this is, again, it's pretty much dry. I just wanted to make sure it was dry enough that I could put this transfer on top of it. Somewhat, you know, it will touch the other side, so I just didn't want to, I'm not going to push down on it, but at the same time, I don't want to have it where it, oh. Okay, we're getting there. Hold on. Trying to figure out where my pattern is. Again, this is not looking exactly the same on the bottom here. Okay, hold on. Let's see what we got. Looks like it goes crooked there. I don't know why. Maybe this wasn't the best idea. We will figure it out. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put this and this here as close as possible. I'm trying to get that other side to line up a little bit. There we go. Okay. I think that's about as good as it's going to get. That's pretty close. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close. We'll see how it looks when we pull it off. So, we will come up to this line. Do the best we can. And if it's crooked, it's crooked. I've learned a lesson. And that's the other thing. This is pretty forgivable. You can, especially on wood projects that you've painted or prepped or gotten ready. The hardest part about if you mess up is, okay, got to re-prep it. So it is what it is sometimes, and fortunately I haven't had to do that yet, but who knows, it can happen. It can happen today, who knows. We will figure it out. Again, this is extremely easy to do. You just put paint on and just scrape it down. And if you don't like it, again, you can just remove it and start over. Okay, that was getting a little dry. That was my fault for not putting enough on at a time. I'm a little scared of it. Now look at that. Would you ever know? No. That's perfect. And I didn't think it was going to turn out. Yay! Sometimes I surprise myself. Okay, now we're going to have to move our cloth here just so we have room. And I don't have a ton of room. That's part of my problem here. So just so you know, I am taking off this one. We're going to use this one next. And then we're going to, I've got to fuzz it real quick. And then I'll start on the next house, okay? Okay, what color are we going to use on this? We're going to use, let's see, what do we have left? We have wisteria, and we have this sorbet. I think let's do I don't know. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do. Alright. So where this is going, this pattern part is already dry, so I'm not worried about it. I didn't need to dry yet. I'm just trying to line it up so it's pretty even. Now going on top of it. And I'm pushing, what I'm doing here is I'm pushing down where the stencil is, the stencil part of this transfer, because I do not want air bubbles. Because if I have an air bubble, that's just a place for the paste to seep under. So if I push down, then we should be good. Again, I'm done with the teal for now. Close it up. I do not want it drying out too much. So we said, what did we say? Wisteria or sorbet? Let's do the sorbet. Raspberry sorbet, one of my favorites. As I said earlier, I love this color. It's great. This one is always a little, I don't know how to describe the texture of this. It's almost fluffy, but it's then when you stir it, it just smooths right out. So I don't know why some of them do that, but they spread just as smooth as if there were some of the regular. So I've heard multiple people say they have different consistencies for different colors sometimes, and it does not affect the end product, does not affect how it spreads on. So if you were to order from me and ended up getting chalk paste that might not look the same as mine, work with it for a little while, see what happens. Again, if it never, you know, that's one of the things about Chalk Couture that's really good. They recognize, you know, they're not infallible, and every once in a while something might slip past that is not up to their standards. And if that happens and you do get a paste or a transfer that's not quite right, they're very quick to replace. So that's one of the good things. You don't have to fight them and say, but you said, you know, they're really fast at, yeah, we'll just replace it. So that is awesome in this time of America. We don't really have the energy to fight anybody about anything right now. At least I don't. And least of all, something I've paid for that I want to enjoy doing. I don't want to get a bad taste in my mouth because customer service, you know. So that's one thing I can say is their customer service on point. They are pretty awesome. Anytime I've had to call them for anything, they have been right there answering the phones, doing the work, taking care of the problem immediately. I've never had any issues with them. So that is something that I'm very proud to say. You know, I'm part of a team that recognizes that their customers are the most important thing about this business, and they don't want anybody to walk away unsatisfied. So it's very beneficial for everybody involved. All right, so there's that part. Let's dry this bad boy up. All right. Again, sorry I don't have a ton of room for this. This is a pretty big project. So I kind of knew it would be, but you know, I'm a go big or go home kind of girl. So here we go. Let's try and line up something. Let's see how this is. The pattern is, all right. Oh, I almost messed up, y'all. I didn't dry it. That could have been better. Sorry. let's match up this pattern as best we can. I wanted to kind of attempt, there we go. Think. Okay, let me see where I need to be at. Alright, so we're going to do it from here down. Okay. Again, grab my pink. I think it was from this one. Let's go ahead and put that on. So while I'm doing this, you guys kind of get the gist of what I'm doing here. How's everybody's day been? I know it's kind of been a slow start for us here today. Just, I don't know, I think when the kids end up with teleconferences first thing in the morning, it just kind of bogs down the whole rest of the day. You feel like you've, I don't know, can't really get much accomplished in the morning while they're online talking to classmates and teachers and trying to get everything fixed for that, you know, for their day of school or their week of school, however they're doing it. But and it slows me down. I feel like I can't get anything done. But today I plan on, the hope is, I plan on trying to clean another carpet. That's the one thing this coronavirus is doing. It's making me look at my house and go, ooh, let's get it fixed. Let's do something about that. So yesterday I cleaned the living room carpet, and it was not gorgeous. Let's just put it that way. Look at that, that's so pretty. But it got done, so that's good. Now I have one that's in the breakfast nook that needs to be cleaned, because that's where, that's where the dog and her muddy feet go in and out all day long, and it has driven me crazy all year. And now that the sun's trying to come out, the sun is definitely trying to peek out. It hasn't completely peeked out today. I might be able to clean it and get it freshened and do all that good stuff outside so it doesn't get rained on. Because we've had, that's one thing we have had. We've had a ton of rain this season. I don't know, I think pretty much everybody here in South Carolina has had it with the rain. Because the pollen is crazy now when it's sunny out. So it's a blessing and a curse when the rain comes. We love it and we hate it at the same time. So as you see, for some reason, this panel was just a little bit smaller than the rest of the panels. These were perfect. Like, everything fit perfectly. This one was just a bit smaller. So what I did last night is I measured it out, and I did put on what's called washi tape. I don't know if anybody, you guys should know what washi tape is. So washi tape is just this, it's sticky enough that it'll stay for a little while, but you can peel it right back off very easily. So I always have some of this hanging around because, you know me, I'm a crafter and I craft everything. So this was for my bullet journals and things of that nature. But I found a second use for it. Just want to check. I didn't dry that, but it's good. Alright. So here is this one. And again, I'm just trying to line up so everything kind of pretty close to right. Alright. Again, it doesn't matter if it's not absolutely perfect. Alright. So we did all the colors except for Wisteria, so that's the one we're working on now. We are going to use this. And it has already been stirred, but I'll stir it again. It's really, Again, it's been stirred so much because I use it so much. One of my favorites. So here we go. Alright. And again, this pattern, I mean, look at how big this project is. And it's just used all the patterns for the houses at this point. You know, it's not really, I haven't used all of the things that are on this transfer when you buy it. So to me, this is one of the most versatile transfers you can buy, just because I've used some of the other parts of this transfer for other projects already. And it's you won't even know that, oh, that transfer came from that specific kind, because the end product looks so unique and so different. You would never put it together unless you want to decorate it together, you know? So look at that. Awesome. Okay, again, I gotta clean this. Hoping the washi tape stays on. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna clean this. I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna try and do it like I've seen others do it. We're gonna do it all at once, and hopefully it turns out. And if it doesn't, then I'm just not ready for that part yet. Again, I can just clear it off and try again next time. Alright, so here we go again, trying to line up our pattern. Alright, I think we got it almost there. Right. Holy moly. That was pretty good. That one lined up pretty darn decent. Alright, we're going to go with that. And let's do it real quick. Alright, let's just put this on here. It might not be perfect, but it's pretty perfect for me. Alright. Again, I've been known to be a little bit stingy with my material. So when it comes to paste, I usually err on the wrong side of not enough instead of too much. So, but again, it comes from years of, if you don't use it, you're wasting it on most projects. So this just takes a little bit of time to figure out, oh yeah, I'm not wasting it. That's pretty good. I'll do a little touch up with I'll do a little touch up later with the paintbrush, but I think it's pretty. I think it looks great. Okay, so now we have the basics in. It's awesome. The rest of these are sayings and things of that nature, and let's see, we have Home Sweet Home, which we could put kind of right in the middle like that. Or we could even, nah. Love makes our house a home. We could put it there or in the middle. I kind of like how it's all on one side, putting it over there. I like this. Family love. We can put that kind of like that. That would look cute. What do we think? Hi, Miss Timmy. Sorry I didn't notice you. How are you doing today? Okay, so I think I like the family love. We're going to put that right there. That's the one we're using. So what I'm going to do is I've got to fuzz this one really quickly because I've never used it before, so it's pretty sticky. And then, what color are we thinking? I think that we do it like this. I think this would be a perfect opportunity to use that wisteria, so we can draw in that color all the way over here. That's what we're gonna do. Alright. Again, I only pressed really decent on where the transfer is going to go through because I don't want to pull up any of the chalk that I just chalked down. All right. There we go. All right. Let's see what we got. I think the heart turned out. Family was maybe not dark enough. Maybe we need a darker color on the family. Okay. We will do that. Alright. Trust me, I've done this a couple times. Alright. Alright, I like the heart. So we're going to go with the, let's go with the sorbet. See if that pops anymore. Maybe a dark, like a, it's bright pink on top of that. There we go. Now that, I'm not going to put back in just because I had that purple on there before. Oh, I even kind of like that it did that. That's pretty cool. That's neat. Hey, you learn something new every day. So, there's, it just made its own little color by doing it that way. Hey, you can only learn by trying, right guys? So, there we go. Alright, so there's a lot of other embellishments that go with this, as far as little doors and little windows and things of that nature. And I might put some on later, but right now I'm really kind of happy with where we are. I don't want to mess anything up. So I'm going to call it quits for now and say I hope you enjoyed our first live. Hopefully we get a little bit smoother in the process and maybe our work area gets a little bit bigger for these big projects. But thank you so much for watching. If you don't mind taking a moment and liking this and maybe showing some of your friends out there, the more you show it, the more people get to see it and enjoy it. If you wanted to look at any of my other projects, there's plenty of posts on here. And if there's anything that you want to see me do, please let me know. I appreciate you taking the time to watch, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.